Welcome back, you Diablo 4 superfans. So here we are, halfway through Season 6, the first season of this magnificent expansion. And I am sure many of you have been enjoying and playing your favorite class this expansion, right? Well, anyway, in this video, we will be going over the reaction to the epic mid-season Campfire Chat, seeing a short half-assed music video, as well as some possible super real and completely not made up leaks about not only Season 7, but the rest of the seasons for this year. Alright, let's get started with some general reactions to the most recent Campfire Chat and see what amazing content Blizzard has in store for us all.
We just had the Diablo 4 mid-season patch dev Campfire Chat.
People are not really happy and are not hyped with the mid-season update.
But if I'm being completely honest, this Campfire Chat has kind of taken the wind out of my sails for the mid-season thing.
I do have to say, starting off, that this was not very impressive.
Let me do an update on what they said, and then I'll give you my opinion.
People are automatically having like an expectation that there's just something new coming.
They said, like, with the mid-season patches, like, don't expect new content pieces, so don't expect new things.
But at the very least, Red Cloak Horror, the Krampus monster from the holiday event last year, is coming back.
This is a 30-minute chat, which means at the end there's only 2 minutes talking about the new content that's coming, which is actually a rerun of the previous mid-season Blight. So there's actually no announcements for anything new other than just some patch notes.
So an event that we already had before, and a buff that we've already had 100 times, and the welcome back booster that has nothing to do with the audience that I'm talking to almost entirely. I'm struggling to find how I'm supposed to get excited for the mid-season event.
People that have quit already, I don't think this brings them back.
I do think deflating the hype is something that they've continually done since the beginning of the game and is the most classic Blizzard mistake with Diablo 4.
Well, damn guys, I guess we're not really getting any new content this season. That sure is a bummer. But maybe, just maybe, they will address the even more important issue. And I am referring to the unbelievably overpowered Spiritborn class. Yes, sure it was fun for a bit, but every time I want to play my favorite class, the Rogue, I just think to myself, what's the point? I don't want to level a new character knowing it won't even do a fraction of what the Spiritborn can do. Well, anyway, my fingers are crossed, and let's find out what they had to say.
Now, it's fair to say that in this Campfire Chat, there is at least one thing that absolutely must be discussed, which is the hilarious balance of the current new class Spiritborn.
The Spiritborn is too strong.
You can type in Spiritborn Trillion and you can see videos that are months old. They are hitting literally quintillions now of just tons and tons of damage.
Hello. I'm just like shuffling papers, trying to grab something really quickly. Welcome to another Diablo 4 Campfire Chat. We've been hearing a lot about the Spiritborn. Seems a little. It is a little strong, and we've heard that from a lot of people. We'll be talking about that a little bit today.
We are not planning to nerf the Spiritborn in the mid-season patch.
They are not nerfing the Spiritborn. They are buffing all the other classes, but they are not buffing all other classes to where Spiritborn is now.
The buffs that they did were very much on the underwhelming side, at least from my opinion.
As I said, relatively bad impression, I do have to say. I'm not happy with like their approach of, not bug fixing, of just throwing numbers on everything without ever, like, even if it's not bugged, they're not really trying to fix the fundamental issues, I feel, of a lot of the, underperforming builds and, clunky builds and all that kind of stuff.
So ultimately, meta isn't really going to change.
It does suck for the other classes, though, because comparatively, the other classes suck now compared to the Spiritborn.
The Spiritborn isn't really getting fixed until Season 7.
Well, fuck. Okay, I need a moment here. Let's cut to a stupid short music video. Last time on Diablo 4, Rod Ferguson was trying to find ways to sell the new expansion.
ジャブローの拡張版を販売する方法が必要です。
はい、上司。
プロジェクトラックスピリットボーンを実行。
真剣になることはできない。
Do it now!
のような不安の熱の心消して腰 time now. 古代の伝書から生まれた精霊悪魔の床 Stop you can't be 見て無限多数歌い私は見えないゲストですうんつちゃぶるスピリットのはいつでも無料機微に世界ディアブロそう暗闇の中で私 Love this game but my hand hurts so much 戦い私の唯一のうんつちゃぶるスピリットのは
Now make sure to tune in next week to find out what happens next. And speaking of next week, the Diablo 4 team sure wanted to drive that point home that there was going to be a Campfire Chat a week after this one.
We will be back next week for another stream. Next week, we're actually going to talk about the Season 7 PTR. Back-to-back weeks for streams. Lots of streams coming up.
We'll talk a little bit more next week.
And we'll be talking about this a little more in the live stream next week.
In our PTR stream next week. We have another stream next week.
So tune in next week.
Just with, there goes my earpiece. I've been fumbling with it all day, and now it's gone. We'll have a stream next week for items. I've seen a lot of questions. Oh, this earpiece is driving me nuts.
So we're going to be making some changes, which we'll detail next week.
And then we'll be back in a week.
Next week, yeah.
You'll see, of course, some of us back on stream next week.
There are some ancestral drop rate changes that we want to talk about next week, but in general, what that'll mean is all the loot across the game will generally get better. So it is something that we're working on.
I'm about to take this earpiece and throw it across the room because it just keeps popping out and it's driving me insane.
This was the Campfire Chat to announce that a Campfire Chat is coming.
Speaking of things that are coming,
they hinted very strongly that the armory is coming in Season 7.
It's always retroactively looking back and saying, okay, we have a problem here. How do we fix it? And then the problem fix is being sold as the new content or things to look forward to.
For example, like an armory, like to me, this is not necessarily like some fresh new content because this is something that should have been in the game from the start. Now, I hope we're not gonna call, the next season like the season of the armory or the season of loadouts.
Damn, that's actually a pretty good idea. And an even greater segue to this parody sponsor. We here at Blizzard Entertainment know you are super excited about what's to come this year for Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. And we have some exciting news to share with you today with our announcement of every theme for the next 4 seasons. First off, we heard the excitement and buzz around the possible armory theme, but unfortunately, it's taking our dev team a bit longer than expected to work things out. But don't worry, because I'm sure you're going to absolutely love Season 7, the season of the 7. This season's theme will add the 7th stash tab, but just a quick warning, this will not be affecting Eternal Realms, and will be going away with the conclusion of Season 7. Up next, we have Season 8, Season of the Armory. We are sure by Season 8 we will have this feature in the game, so why not just consider it this season theme? This Armory feature will let you easily swap between loadouts. All you need to do is port to town, then log out. And in the character select screen, you will see a new button. Clicking this button will send a request to our internal servers to change your loadout, and after a few short minutes, you will be able to log back in with your switch gear and skills. Isn't that just so cool and easy? Now in Season 9, I'm sure many of you will be super excited about this with Return of the Gauntlet. Yes, the Gauntlet is now back and better than ever. The rewards have been completely revamped and should now be your main source of acquiring gem fragments. And finally, maybe the season we here on the Diablo 4 team are most excited for, Season 10, Armory Reborn. This season will literally just fix all the issues with the Armory that we added in Season 8. What issues, you may ask? Well, you'll soon find out. Oh yes, and this will also give you one free cosmetic shop item, coupon for 15% off. Well, that's it for this video. I guess I'll be seeing you in, the Season 7 PTR or something. And judging by the way things are going, most likely PoE 2. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye.
Probably the most disheartening thing to me was just talking about how we're just tightening up what they have. I really hope that they didn't mean this for like the next several months and seasons, that we're not going to get anything new. I hope that that's not what they meant, and I hope that maybe they just meant it for the mid-season buff. but they reiterated it a couple of times.
There's no major changes coming in Season 7.